what? We're going to do a little bit of science today. Woohoo! Yeah, gotta do some science. Yeah, and we're going to play in some dirt again. But today, you're going to be the scientist. You're going to be the one that figures out all the cool information. I'm just reviewing with you and setting you up for it. So, let's review. You know, what do we observe soil with? Qualitative observation. We use our eyes and our ears and our nose and our fingers, and we don't use our tongue, but it is considered a qualitative observation. I'm not going to be tasting any soil though. So we're going to look at it and see if you can remember what's what. So what is this bad boy? Let's see. I made a mess. We don't want to make a mess on the computer. So let's see. Can you see that? There you go. What is that? It's red. It's real soft. It clumps together. What is it? Clay. Yeah, that's right. Clay. Well, then what about this one? It's dark. It's brown. It's mushy. It's kind of moist. What'd you say? Huh? Humus. Yeah. Plants really like that one, right? Yeah. And then we have this gritty one. Listen to that. Gritty, gritty, gritty. Let's see if you can see it. Doo-doo-doo. Can you see that? Yeah. It's all gritty. Kind of rough, kind of white looking. What is that? Sand. Yes. Well, today I have some water. Bottoms up. Nope, nope, nope. Science can't taste in science. No, no. So I'm going to feel what this soil looks like wet. Probably going to make a mess. So I'm going to wet my fingers. And then I'm going to touch some sand. Yum, yum, yum. Look at that. Oh man, I'm getting sand in my keyboard. Look at that. Sticks to my fingers and it's all gritty. Gross. Wash my fingers off. It's real gritty and it sticks together. It's clumpy. Let's try some humus. Ah, look, it makes mud. Look at my fingers. They're all muddy now. So humus, wet, mud. Yeah. Gross. Ugh. Look at my water. Alright, let's try some clay. Let's see. It rolls together in little balls when it's wet and it turns all red and ooey and gicky. Ew. 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 It's all soft and ooey and gicky and red and it gets all hard after it dries and it just bleh. Yuck. So that's wet soil. That's why it gets so gross outside when it rains. Because all the soil around here is humus and clay. So it just makes its icky, gooey mud. Have you ever stepped outside and got all this red mud caked into on your shoes? Well, guess what soil that most likely is? If you said clay, you're right. That mud that's red and ooey and gicky and bleh, is made up of clay. And if you step in a real dark mud, it's probably made from humus. I made mud. Bleh. Anyway, so that's a review of soils and looking at some wet soils using our qualitative observation. I use my eyes and my fingers to figure out what it's looked like, what it feels like, and what I think about it, what I observe from it. Today you're going to be using some quantitative observations. Quantitative observations means you use numbers to make your observations. So you're going to have to think about how you can do that. When we do science, we have an objective which means we're determining what we're doing. We have to make a hypothesis, so it forces ourselves to ask questions and make predictions. And then we got to plan ahead and get our materials and make our procedures. And then we have to collect data from our observations. And today, that data is going to be numbers and not just adjectives and descriptions. It's going to be real numbers. And we're going to really do some calculations. And when we do, we're going to make some conclusions or draw some conclusions based on what we see. So pay attention to your teacher and listen real close today, because you're going to have to follow directions to a T in order to get a good experiment outcome. Okay? Have fun and don't get muddy. Yeah.